Yeah, well, I just want to start out by saying I think Colorado is a really good team, and I think that they're a team that is just getting better and better as the season goes on. I've watched them from the start until now just improve drastically, and I think they're really figuring it out, as are we. And for that reason, I think today was a really good win for us. They made it hard, and I thought our kids were very sorry. Hey, this isn't working out too great. Do you want to talk? Can you say mama? No? Okay. Yep, that's par for the course right now. Okay. Sorry about that. But no, I think today was good because it was hard. Colorado made it really hard for us on both ends of the floor. They are a great team when it comes to executing, so they really forced us to have to guard, made it really hard for us to score. But I'm so proud of our team and the way that they just stuck together for 40 minutes. And, when push came to shove, we had what it took down the stretch. And I also think that our fans played a huge part in that. I just said it to them out there, but that when we Jaden hit the corner three, then she hit the little pull up. I think it's about as loud as it's been all season in there, even though we've had more people. They were loud, and that made all the difference. We really fed off that energy, and then we were able to kind of run away with it after that. So I appreciate them showing up for us.
Staley, you looked more aggressive both driving and shooting the three today and against TCU earlier this week. Was that something Jacie and the coaches were talking about to you heading into this week, or just how the games worked out?
Honestly, they've been talking to me about it since the season started. But I guess I just decided to wake up when conference got here. But no, it just goes back to my teammates and my coaching staff. They just have all the belief in me, and they just keep pouring in confidence, and, that also lays back on me, just getting in the gym and gaining that confidence in myself, and, just having to do it. If you don't shoot, you don't know. So, and I'm a leader on this team, so I have to lead by example, and I have to lead. So whatever it takes to win, I'm willing to do.
How much does it help, especially with the three, the way you shot it today, your confidence? I know that was something you really worked on and were proud of last year, but you haven't had to do it as much early on this season?
Yeah, especially when, Mike or Timmer is in a slump, we got to get the ball up. I just got to keep telling my teammates, just shoot the ball, they'll fall. But, just me spreading the floor, that helps myself out and helps, stretch the floor for the defense and not just guard the drive or just guard the mid-range, but being able to score at all three levels is just, it's hard to guard. And, Colorado, they're a great team, so I just had to do what was working and trust my process.
Staley, other than just the ball going in more frequently, has anything felt differently for you these last couple of games?
Like I said, just the confidence that my coaching staff and Coach Jacie and my teammates pour into me is just everything. And then going back to what she said, just the momentum that we get from our fans and how they cheer and how they show up for us all the time is just unbelievable. And, all praise goes to them because, that's a big – when offense isn't going well or when we're getting stops but the ball won't get on the hole, it's just our crowd always shows up.
Jacie, Jaden had – I don't want to say she'd been quiet, but she had been a little quiet for her, what we've seen from her lately, until that stretch there in the fourth quarter where she seemed to just kind of rise to a new level there during that run.
Yeah. Jaden's just such a competitor, and I think Stailee and her, they kind of lead our team in that sense, just their competitive spirit. And she did struggle in the first half, just uncharacteristic, little turnovers or bobbles, just things that aren't really, something that we've seen a lot from her. But I think she did a good job of just kind of staying the course. And, I've been saying this, but she's been so good for us that she's someone that teams are really keying in on now. And she's, probably, if not at the top of the scout when other teams talk, the second in line. So things will continue to get hard for her as far as people strategizing against her, but I'm really proud of the way she stayed the course. And when push came to shove in that last 5 minutes, I thought Stailee and Jaden both just kind of had this mentality, like, it doesn't matter what's happened. It doesn't matter if I haven't had a great game or struggled to shoot or whatever. We're gonna go take this. And she certainly did, right? She hits that huge corner three. And then we get the offensive rebound, give us a second chance opportunity when she hit that jumper. And she was really good defensively. So she's growing so much, and great players, they just got to find different things that work for them when other things are hard. And today, I'm really proud of the way she stayed the course, because it certainly paid off for her at the end.
Jacie, y'all used a 10-0 run to retake the lead in the fourth quarter. Anything you feel like y'all changed or just executed on better during that stretch?
Well, it just makes a huge difference when Staley is playing the way that she is now. It gives me so much flexibility to just put the ball in different people's hands. I just talked a lot about Jaden, but we kind of just went back and forth between getting the ball in Jaden's hands and Staley's hands. Stailee presents a great mismatch problem for a lot of people, and I thought we were able to take advantage of her, with the ball in her hands today in that ball screen action. I'm seeing more and more of the old Stailee. I know everyone wants to talk about her offense today, but Jaden makes those 5 points in a row, and then they come down, they shoot a shot. And I just remember this happening a lot last year. Like, the shot goes up, and I'm waiting to see who gets it, and then Stailee just flies out of nowhere and comes up with it, and that's what she did for us. They foul, and then Stailee gets 2 free throws. So I'm glad she's back. It makes a huge difference for us and just gives us way more weapons and different things that we can, take advantage of offensively.
Is there anything you saw either in the games this week or just in practice that kind of let you know that Stailee was going to kind of get back to like what you said she was doing last season?
Yeah, honestly, I think really the last couple months I've seen Stailee in practice. She just was struggling to put it together in games. I'm really, she mentioned trusting the process earlier, and she's just stayed the course, and she has not gone away from her process, as frustrating as that may have been at times. And I'm really grateful for that, because it was kind of baby steps, like she started doing it in practice, and then she started doing it consistently in practice. And then we finally, got it going in games. And now all that's behind us, right? Yeah. So, I'm proud of her just for, staying the course.
Jacie, after the Baylor game, you said, your team was kind of lacking that closer type player. Do you think you've had two emerge in Jaden and Staley?
Yes. And today was really good for our team, because we had to grow up in a way of, when your back feels like it's against the wall, who's going to step up? And I think that there's really just a very real thing that you have to hate to lose more than you love to win. And I do believe that about both Stailee and Jaden, and I saw that in them today.
Micah hit some pretty important shots today. I wanted to ask you about that, but also what's the story with the mask?
Gosh, I'm really, really proud of Micah, because I thought that, as kind of ugly as the game was, it was a rock fight, right? Mike she's so steady and poised, no matter what's going on, and we really needed that today. And she stepped up. She made big shots with the face mask that she hasn't had. So yesterday, she did break her nose in practice, and she didn't cry. It was never a question if she was going to play or not. If the doctor said she could play, she was going to play. She got some shots up this morning with the face mask on, and I actually think it helped her. So, yeah, the face mask is here to stay for a while, which is good. But no, I got to brag on her toughness, because I thought that she was physically tough in responding to that injury, but also just really mentally and emotionally tough for us today.
Staley, I wanted to kind of ask you something Jacie just said, made me think about it. Fourth quarter this year, you've had some games where you lost and you were close, but most or all of your wins, you've been up. You haven't had a game where you had to come back and win late, or maybe you have one that I'm forgetting. Did it feel different to be in that spot?
No. I feel like for me, I've been in these positions a lot, and just who I am and how I've came up, I just don't like losing. So it's just anything that takes to win the game, anything that I have to say to my team to get them to jump on board with me. It's just, it takes what it takes, and we say that a lot, and I really do believe that. It takes whatever it takes. You need to get stops or get the ball to the hot hand or do whatever to win the game. So I feel like this game and the TCU game, I have felt really good about just us growing and us playing for 40 minutes and sticking together and showing the fight that we need to show in this conference, because no team is going to take it easy on us. So.
Anything else?
Staley, late in the second, you were on the bench, and I'm not sure if Jacie noticed it, but you might have been coaching more than she was. I mean, is that just, your passion for the game just kind of showing?
Yeah, and I feel like the bench has a lot to do with who's on the court, because not all the time do you remember what we're supposed to be doing, but the bench helps, just saying what you're supposed to be doing, where you're supposed to be at, and especially just helping my teammates out. I'm always trying to help them, and if they have questions, just be there for them, just because I've been here for so long and I know how she plays and how she wants everything to be. So, just always being there for my teammates, and like I said, just whatever it takes to win. And we really needed to end that half on a high note. So.
I think that's maybe my favorite quality about Stailee. Of all the qualities I love about her is I do feel like she's an extension of me. And that's just so great to have as a coach, where you don't have to say everything. Someone is going to say it for you that's actually out there and playing. And I feel like the best teams I've ever been a part of, they're very player-led, and Stailee is that for us.